Hey everyone, welcome back to another dividend investing video and dividend growth income portfolio update. As we exit July and enter August, I'd like to take a moment at the turn of each month to look over my portfolio and check in here on YouTube to let you guys follow along with my purchases, my dividends received, and I even sold a stock this last month. This is an account with Fidelity that I started about 10 months ago in the earliest days of this channel as a public portfolio so our subscribers could follow along with the creation of a new dividend portfolio. I've been building this slowly over the last 10 months with consistent cash inflows every single week and purchases of dividend growth stocks and ETFs every single Wednesday. We have a lot to cover this time, so let's get into it. I'm Nick, and this is the Dividend Growth Income channel. Thank you for joining me today. I'm not a financial advisor or guru. I'm just a regular guy who wants to share my love of dividend growth investing and building financial independence with passive income. If you could, please do me a favor, smash the like button and subscribe to keep up with future videos. This helps us out more than you can imagine with the algorithm, so we can bring you more quality dividend investing content. 10 months in, with small but consistent contributions and some help from the markets over the last couple months, the account is now sitting at $11,582.42 as we end the month of July after the close of the markets. Alright, so let's start out with the stock I ended up selling. I ended up selling Walgreens Boots Alliance, ticker WBA. Not a surprise to our regular viewers, as I made a few videos on the topic, but I have pulled the trigger and I've selected its replacement as well. I sold out of my position of 6.94 shares of Walgreens at a price of $30.18 a share for $209.44. This was a realized loss of $44.62, but that position also paid me out $5.12 over the last 9 months in dividends, so the real loss is more like $38, $39. So I'm not at all mad about this. I'm just glad to be moving on from it. Now, I replaced it with Vici Properties, ticker VICI. If you watched my video on what I was considering as a replacement, you knew this was quite likely. This is a new position in this account, but I own Vici in my Roth IRA as well. And it's really better in that account since I'll avoid paying taxes on those unqualified dividends, but I wanted to build out a larger position overall beyond just the retirement account, where I'm limited to how much I can add. So I thought this Walgreens sale was a nice chance to start adding more into Vici. So the $209.44 from Walgreens bought me 6.45 shares of Vici. Super pumped. While Vici is not necessarily cheap right now, it's not been climbing a bunch like most stocks have been lately. In long term, I love this play, getting those properties on the Las Vegas Strip. And as long as it stays in this range, I'm going to keep adding to it, both in this account and in my Roth IRA. This move knocked my forward income down a few bucks, but not much, and that's just fine. And look, selling stocks is not something I want to do. I prefer to just buy and hold, preferably forever. But there are going to be circumstances when selling is the best choice. And you just have to consider the opportunity cost of those funds, even if you're selling at a loss. I'm also not someone you're going to see selling my winners. This is not a way I believe to optimally get the compounding process going. I believe in letting those run. Okay, let's look at the money that's been added into the account this month and the stocks that I purchased, more importantly. Here's the spreadsheet I have for my contributions tab. This just tracks all the money I add in and keeps my goals in line. My plan for 2023 has been to add $250 each week, and I've stuck with that. I added $100 extra in May, $200 extra in June, and in July I managed to get in $50 extra. For August, I'm going to continue to add $250, and that'll be the plan in September as well. And for the last few months, I'll probably try to get this up to maybe $300 a week. I have a goal to get $15,000 invested in the account for the year of 2023. So in Q4, I'm going to push a little harder so I make that. Let's get to the stocks I purchased. I always purchase on Wednesdays at least. This is the plan I set when I started the account. Having a designated day to make purchases is working pretty well for me. It's like having a plan and sticking to it. So on July 5th, I purchased $50 of each of the following: United Health Group, ticker UNH, Lockheed Martin, ticker LMT, Home Depot, ticker HD, BlackRock Inc., ticker BLK, Automatic Data Processing, ticker ADC. Then the next week on July 12th, I purchased $50 of 3 stocks. That's Waste Management, ticker WM, Next Year Energy, ticker NEE, Main Street Capital, ticker MAIN, and I also put $100 more into United Health, UNH. This turned out to be a great move in the short term because it ran up big the next week. Now on Friday, July 14th, I added an extra $50 in the account. I wanted to beef up my Procter & Gamble position, ticker PG, So that's what I did with that money. The next week on Wednesday, July 19th, I made the following purchases: $100 of Lockheed Martin, $50 of NextEra Energy, $50 of Kroger, ticker KR, and $50 of Chevron, ticker CVX. On the 20th, I made my Walgreens and Vici swap. And finally, on the final Wednesday of July, on the 26th, I made these purchases: $50 into each: Waste Management, Vici Properties, Lockheed Martin, Kinder Morgan, ticker KMI, and BlackRock Inc. again. So I was heavily focused on United Health and Lockheed Martin. It's also the first month that I didn't add to my ETFs. I had planned on adding to them on the 26th, but Waste Management had that nice drop after earnings, and SCHD and VYM had both been climbing, so it seemed like a better opportunity to beef up some other positions. I also wanted to get more Vici. And I did buy SCHD every Monday in my Roth IRA in July, but not in this portfolio for this video. Now, I want to know down in the comments, what stocks did you buy in the month of July? Let me know. All right, let's move on to the dividend income I received in the month of July. On July 3rd, I received a $1.67 dividend payment from Automatic Data Processing, ticker ADP. On July 5th, I received a $2.70 dividend payment from VOO, the Vanguard S&P 500 Index Fund ETF. On July 6th, I received a $3.10 dividend payment from Best Buy, ticker BBY, the consumer electronics retailer. On July 14th, I received my monthly dividend payment from Agri Realty, ticker ADC, for $1.27. That was the first month this was over $1 for Agri. Also for the 14th, Mondelez, ticker MDLZ, paid me $1.60. Medtronic, ticker MDT, paid me $2.13. And Main Street Capital, ticker Main, paid me $1.82. And then no dividends for a while until July 26th. I received two payments. The first was from Cisco Systems, ticker CSCO, in the amount of $2.29. And then Comcast, ticker CMCSA, paid me $2.40. Altogether, I received nearly $19 in dividends for July in this account. That's $18.98 to be exact. And compare that to the $10.52 I received the prior quarter back in April, 80% larger than that last quarter. And this account did not exist last July, so we can't compare to the prior year. All of those dividends were directly reinvested. All right, here's a similar view in my spreadsheet that maps out all the dividend income that I'm projected to receive throughout the year. Here it is in the month of August. So February, May, August, and November, these are my low dividend months in this particular account. I'm only set to receive dividends from 5 companies, and I expect that's going to come out to be about $13 or $14. But looking ahead to September eagerly, that's going to be a record month. Right now it's set to be $51.82, and by the time we get through August purchases, it should be a few dollars above that. And a lot of that will depend on SCHD and VYM's payments, which are variable. And adding Vici properties into the portfolio increased my dividends in January, April, July, and October, while reducing the amount in March, June, September, and December from leaving Walgreens. Now, one company in the portfolio did announce a dividend raise this month, and that is Mondelez International. They raised their dividend by 10% from 38.5 cents per share to 42.5 cents per share starting in October. And it's always nice when a company I own hands out a double-digit raise. That is why I invested in Mondelez, and so they are not letting me down. I'm very pleased with that. This portfolio is projected to pay out $355 over the next 12 months. And that would be if I stopped investing any new money in it and I turned off dividend reinvestment and no more of these companies grew their dividend in the next year. So there are so many parts in play that keep this dividend income on the rise. It's really a wonderful thing. Okay, now here are all my holdings in the fund now as it stands, sorted alphabetically by ticker, but I made it so we could sort this by any way we want. I like to look at this by weight to see where we're heaviest. My top positions, as always, are my ETFs. SCHD and VYM are both right at 10% of the portfolio each, followed by VOO as the S&P 500 Index Fund, making up 6.24%. So my ETF exposure is right around 26% of the portfolio, right between my 25 and 30% target. So that's fine. My heaviest individual stocks right now are UNH, Kroger, and Lockheed Martin. These are stocks that I was heavily focused on in the last 2 months. I saw them as good opportunities, and I definitely see these as core positions going forward. My rule here is I'm aiming to keep individual positions at no more than 5% of the fund, unless it's an ETF, then that can be more. Now let's sort by performance. My top performer has been Broadcom, ticker AVGO, up over 58%. I would really like to add more to this one, but I have been kind of looking for something of a pullback. Comcast is my second best performer, and it's one that I have added to more recently because I still think it looks decently valued. But I'm up 24% there, so I'm very happy with that. It was a very obvious buy to me back when I started this portfolio last September, October. Now, with all the tech stocks being up huge, my third highest performer has been VOO, up about 15%. Continuing down, a lot more green than red here in this portfolio. So I'll sort by what I'm down on. So AT&T is my worst performer at 21%. Not really added to it lately, but I might add a little bit extra here just to lower my cost some. It's not a heavy position for me. It will never be a heavy position for me. I'm also down over 4% on Agri Realty, 3% on NextEra Energy, 3% on Vici Properties, 3% on Lockheed Martin, Amgen, Chevron. And I'll be looking to add these positions as well, as they're in the red here in the month of August. And I'll have some videos coming out over the next few weeks for the stocks that I am buying. Let's look at my dashboard page. So overall, this portfolio is up 6.35%, about $700. It's also collected $135 in dividends over these last 10 months. The portfolio is currently yielding 3.07% with a yield on cost of 3.26%. And its forward annual income of $355 can also be thought of as about $30 a month, nearly $7 a week, and almost $1 a day. In fact, we're 97.26% of the way to that $1 per day goal, which we're going to hit here in the month of August easily. And that will have us about 60% towards our next goal of $50 per month coming into the account on average. That's likely about 6 months away at the rate we're going. I'm not going to chase yield to get there either. Look, I look forward to continue building this portfolio out. It's really exciting stuff for me. And of course, getting some more content out in the month of August for you guys. Dividend investing videos. And I'll invite you to check out this next one. I did some digging to figure out the top 5 dividend kings ranked by their 5-year average annual dividend growth rate. Like, these are stocks that have been raising their dividends for over 50 years. They've been increasing at double-digit rates in recent years. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep investing.